I should be recording. Wait, hold up. Yeah, I am. But I just like to fucking, start the fucking shebang if you're cool with that, and then see. This is annoying the shit out of you, man. I look like a retard. Is it just you look good, man?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I feel
Thank
like
you. I always look beautiful.
Well, I like to think that I also always look beautiful, but here we are, looking like a fucking retard.
Yeah.
You can't say retard though, can you? That's not a.
Did you say it properly recently?
Huh?
You look more clean shaved than I remember. Is that intentional? Is that correct? I don't know.
What?
I don't know if it's just the camera quality, but you look really clean shaved.
No, I am clean shaved, and I don't know. I feel like my beard is growing slower than normal because I've been rocking the babyface look for a couple of days, and usually I get a beard by now, but for some reason it's not kicking in. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna.
That's good.
Hold up, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna turn the light on in my room.
Over it.
Which sucks because I don't really have curtains. I kind of have curtains, but I don't really have curtains, so everybody can just see in and see my gamer, me being a total gamer. Actually, let me hit you with something else. Okay, you need to tell me what you think of this look. I'll just hold up. Let me make sure that I can hear you. I like to do like I used to have a ponytail like in the back here. You know what I mean? Just like a normal ponytail. But now what I've been doing like the past few days is like up here and then don't grab the bottom of my hair. But I don't know if it's a good look.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it looks good.
So it's kind of like this. I can't see myself right now. Can you see it?
Yeah, no, I see what you're going for. I think it looks good.
Is that a good look? I don't know. I don't see anyone else rocking this look. I don't even know if it's a look, but it's what I'm doing right now. It's comfortable because
I've seen people do that before here, for sure.
Oh, you have? Okay, that's good. That's comforting because it takes the hair out of my face right here, right? So that's very nice. How you been, man?
Pretty good. Life has been good. Just been. Are we recording now, by the way?
Yeah, I've been recording everything, but I don't know what I'll use. But I mean, I'll probably use all of it. But
good shit. We love to see it. Yeah, no. Honestly, I've been pretty good. I am just focusing on university right now because obviously second year has just come around, and I'm trying to enjoy that as much as possible, considering how bad last year was. So yeah, I feel a little bit bad about not doing much YouTube stuff recently, but I'll be coming back to it in the next few months. I have an exact date in mind. That's going to be great. But yeah.
Your channel has just been promo for my podcast.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it's extra advertising.
Yeah.
But I've got it all planned out online. Yeah, of course.
I got it all planned out.
I don't need it by any means. I've got days in the future now where I've like planned out things I'm going to do. I haven't really started working on much content for my resource pack just yet, but I've got like an idea in mind of how I'm going to promo it towards the time. I'm going to do like trailer and coming soon type shit, and then get it hyped up and have like a premiere for the video like you did with the recent. Was it the PvP edit or whatever it was? You had like you had the live showing of it as well. That was really great. I'm going to try and do the same thing.
It's fun, the live one. Yeah, because it saves the chat on the side as well, so it's like a whole thing. It's like a whole, I don't know, like a lore thing maybe. Like the video becomes this weird unit, and people have seen it live. But I've also done a premiere, and I had to work the day it aired, so I couldn't promote it. So so it's really sad. There's just one video, and you can open chat, but there's like 3 comments there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they're there forever. Nobody else can contribute to it, but that's fine. That's the risky take, I guess. But
sure. I feel like it'd be good. I feel like if I did it properly and gave people enough warning and did it at a sensible time of day, I'd have to like do the research of my server for like general win and what time zone is convenient for everyone. It could be a lot of people watching, which would be really cool. If it was.
Cool.
It'd be really
it is cool. It doesn't matter for like the video traction or whatever, but it is cool to have a lot of people, be part of your premiere and like everybody commenting. And it's nice to watch it all at the same time because you get. You can react to it as it happens to like almost like time frames, right? Like for like what's it called, like time marks or whatever. Because as the video plays along, the chat will update later on as well, so you can see what people have a reaction to and stuff. So are you doing have you done any research pack stuff, or have you just been focusing on university?
Barely anything. I took a look at the phone's fallen over. I took a look at Celeste a couple weeks ago because I just happened to have Minecraft open for something else. And I was like, you know what? Where was I up to with this? Let me see. And there were some things I worked on before I stopped, which no one's ever seen before. So like some things that I barely even remember making. But no, a lot of it is still yet to come. I did a poll on my channel a few weeks ago because I wanted to take advantage of the community posts, which was cool. And everyone voted for the subnautical update. So it's all going to be like underwater themed for the next one, which I think should be cool.
That's interesting. It's going to be really cool. Do you can actually, because you have 1,000 subs, did you have how many view hours? Like 400,000 or whatever? How many is it?
No, that's revenue. You can get community posts as soon as you have 1K. Because for the revenue thing, you have to have 4,000 watch hours in. I think it's
12 months. Right?
It's either the last month or the last 12 months. Jesus, I thought it was even less than that. But yeah, 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subs.
Yeah, 4,000 active watch hours, like recent watch hours. I think that's a lot, by the way. I'm not touching that at all.
It is, yeah. But if you make a half-hour video and 100 people actually watch it, you know, that's a lot of hours already.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people watch, like, there's some people who watch my videos, especially long podcasts, to the end. Like, there's some people who probably just leave it on, forget about it, which is fine with me. That's, you know, how I consume podcasts as well. Like, I just put them on, clean something, whatever, go cook or something. But I don't there's a high percentage of people who are like, all right, here we go, 2 hours, let's go, motherfuckers, you know. But,
might happen yet, to be fair. It'll still be good.
Oh, man.
But yeah, anyway. Shall we talk about the topic of interest for today?
Hold up. I want to give you one of my personal updates first. This is the first day.
Go ahead. Yeah.
The first day, and I don't know if I should tell people because I heard it said that if you tell other people about what you're doing, that they give their energy, whatever their opinion, their influence, and it might fuck up your energy. Have you heard that said before? Like, keep your shit to yourself.
I mean, I can understand the science behind it, but yeah. Go ahead, yeah.
No,
if you want to, if you don't want to.
I evidently don't agree, because here we go. This is the first day in a while where I haven't smoked cigarettes. Or weed, for that matter, because I think they go hand in hand. Thank you.
I agree.
Yeah, it's hard to, because if I quit cigarettes, and I allow myself to smoke weed, I'll be just hitting the bong like crazy, and I'll get crazy high, and I'll be like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to get this high. I just have this impulse to smoke. So I'm thinking I need to quit weed for 21 days. And then cigarettes as well. And then never do cigarettes again. Because I just fucking got dragged back into it, man. And I don't know how you're doing, but I remember last time you were smoking as well again. It's such a fucking... You can't fuck with it, man. You cannot fuck with it. And I fucked with it, so I got addicted again. And this is my first day without cigarettes, and I had to drive because I have a horse riding class, right? It's like an hour bike ride away from where I am, and I got there, and I had the wind on my face. I was so angry, like, I swear to God, I was giving an angry stare to everyone who passed me on the bike, you know what I mean? Like, I was so mad and so fucking sweaty. But that's a cold turkey for you, motherfucker, so...
Yeah, it's hard. I'm surprised you're not struggling more right now, if it's the first day in a while, honestly. I relapsed last time I spoke to you, and I quit again. So nice. I'm swapping and changing again and again and again. But, you know, I was determined again. I've quit once before. The longest time I'd quit for before then was New Year's Eve. And I spoke to you about that at the time, obviously. But now I am, I think, 55 days free now.
Oh, okay,
so
nice.
I'm way past the point of like craving it or anything like that. The only risk now is if I'm drunk and one of my friends offers me one, I'm still like, but not yet. It's not a good idea just yet.
I've concluded that shit never goes away because there's a lady at my work who has quit now for like 3 years. Is her story, I think, and her grandma. And she tells me stories of like her going to her grandma, and her grandma still smokes. And this lady is like, "Well, I quit now, but when I see my nan smoking, and I'm 100% like, when I'm 80, I will just start smoking again, right? You know, just smoke cigarettes all day, just like knitting, whatever nans do, whatever. So that shit will never go away, man. That's wild."
I mean, I have a similar thought. I can definitely see like 65-year-old me being like, "Fuck it, there's not long left. Let's just enjoy it."
Same, bro. It's terrible, but same, bro. And it's not even that enjoyable. Like I get to a point with cigarettes where I hate them. Like I smoke all day at work, for example. Like every 2 hours, I'll take a 1 minute,
Yeah.
2 minute break to smoke a cigarette, and I'll be smoking this, and I hate the flavor. It'll hurt me. You know what I mean? It's not nice in any way, but I'm still like, now I can work again. You know what I mean? It's fucking wild, man. I fucking hate these pieces of shit cigarettes, and
I know. That's why I was so determined to quit. It's that for me, it was not really the aspect of like my health, because I'm not. I know it sounds edgy as hell, but I'm not really the kind of person to be worried about my health. Because like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I could walk out and get hit by a car tomorrow. But at the same time, the thing that bothered me the most was the fact that it was something that I wasn't in control over. So like, this is like you get to that point where like you don't want to smoke, but you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that feeling, and then I'm like, well, that's not me thinking. That's the addiction thinking. So like now that there's an aspect of me that's not in control, that was what made me determined to quit, because I didn't want to be out of control of something like that.
That's a very good one. Yeah. And another one for me is that I've noticed now that, and I don't know how committed I am. I mean, let's be assertive about this. I'm 100% committed right now, right? Let's just speak it into existence. Let manifest it whatever way, whatever works. I'm 100% committed to quitting. There you go. Size of your butthole after you quit cigarettes. But I'm 100% committed to quitting. But I'm already noticing now. What's wild about cigarettes is you're constantly living to the next cigarette, right? You're constantly living to the next thing, and now I'm imagining like, wow, when I get home, I can do anything, man. You know, there's like there's a whole world of things I want to do next, and it's not just always a fucking cigarette, which is a wild one, because it's always like, after this, I'm gonna have a cigarette, but I need a cigarette. I like fucking talk about cigarettes all day. But
it's a newfound freedom. I was at the gym the other day with someone who smokes, which is an odd one. But we were there, and yeah. I've been going to the gym a lot more. I'm just trying to stay healthy, really, more than anything else.
Good.
But I went with this guy that I hadn't seen all summer, and he is like, he's a bit more of a gym lad than I am. So like he's like bulkier than me. He's clearly got like more muscle. He's clearly stronger. But we went to the gym, and I could outpace him so easily, and I was lifting heavier than he was for longer, and I was doing everything better than he was. And it's just because he smoked. And I told him this. But like while we were at the gym, like he arrived to the gym, he rolled a cigarette. We had a run, he rolled a cigarette. Went back into the gym, we did weights, he rolled another cigarette. He walked me back to my dorm, rolled another one, and I'm like, dude, if you just quit, you would trash me at the gym. But because he's smoking, that's the only reason.
First of all, that's me. Or it was me. But also, you're 100% right. 100% right. Like, you have zero conditioning if you're smoking. You like, I can't even. I have issues horse riding. Like, it's just sitting on the back of a horse, right? And I guess tense your muscles a bit. But yeah, it's wild how bad it is. That's wild how a guy is conscious enough to go to the gym, but not conscious enough to quit cigarettes. That's weird.
Yeah. I know. I mean, he's kind of always been the kind of he's been the kind of guy where like he's smoked since he was like 12, 13, something silly, which that's unfortunately sad, is quite common.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, but he's got this mindset now of like he's been doing it for so long. He's convinced that he doesn't actually want to quit. So that's like the dangerous territory to get into, where he thinks that he genuinely enjoys it and genuinely just wants to do it, but. I don't know. I think it's the same for everyone, really. I don't think there's such thing as actually enjoying cigarettes. I don't think it exists.
The first cigarette, if you of like a week, if you haven't smoked in a week, the first cigarette after a while is really good. That's how every time I fucking relapse, man. Because I'll be clean for like a month or whatever, and then I'll smoke some weed, and I'm like, the weed is better with nicotine. And to be honest, and whether that's me convincing myself, I believe that's true. I believe like a joint. And there's like a tiny little nicotine to kind of give you that head high, like to chill you down, and then the weed kind of brings you up. That's the best thing ever. But again, I shouldn't be talking about it. But yeah, man, it's fucking bizarre. But congrats on how many days? 56 days.
Thank you. 55 today, 55. I believe it was. Yeah, it's going pretty well. At this point, I'm not really counting anymore, because as far as I'm concerned, I've done this multiple times now. As you know, you've done it multiple times. You get past that 3-week mark, and you're probably going to be fine. As long as you've got a little bit of willpower, it doesn't matter. Like, you got to just get past the point of physical cravings, and then you're fine, basically. They're saving me a lot of money, for sure. Cigarettes are expensive as fuck here, and I never learned to roll my own, so.
Yeah, that was one of my things where, like, I couldn't use the expensive argument because it wasn't expensive for me anymore, because I had already narrowed down the cost. You know what I mean? Because I was very bored
Yeah,
myself.
I remember you saying there was like a formula you had to get it to be the cheapest possible, and it was crazy.
Yeah, but that's
But
kind of
yeah,
that's dumb, right? That's that well, whatever. I mean, I don't know if it's dumb, but it doesn't matter now, anyways. Don't smoke,
yeah.
kids. If you're watching this podcast, these are two dumb guys who I haven't talked to you in a while, man.
Um,
You look every time I talk
yeah.
to you, you look older. I don't know how you do that. I also wonder how long you're
Oh,
gonna keep that up. Yeah, not older, but like more mature. Does that make sense?
I guess.
Do you
Well, this is
relate?
the thing I did recently. I actually have a very different appearance today, which is very new. I actually dyed my hair slightly, which is new.
You dyed your hair?
The weird thing is my hair is actually way darker than it usually is right now. I'm gonna send you an image to put in the video if you
All
want for
right.
like a before and after type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
send it
yeah.
to you. But my hair is like basically ginger normally, right?
Yeah, you've
But
said that.
this looks normal on me, right? Like it's the same color as my eyebrows now. Like my hair
I
is actually the right color now, I think. So
wait. You got it
yeah,
darkened. You got it. Ah, so you didn't like
yeah.
dye it on camera right now. It kind of it has like a pink hue to it. So I thought you were like
Ah, it's
maybe.
just the lights in my
Yeah, yeah,
room.
yeah, I understand. Well, it's totally your thing to go with pink hair, maybe. Oh, nice. You got a brown hair. I actually am
Yeah,
blonde as shit, bro. Hey, you can't really see it, but I'm really blonde because of the sun. I think.
yeah, I kind of see it. Yeah, it's like bleach your hair a little bit. Yeah,
I did you know I
it's a good
bleached my
look.
hair once?
Really?
Yeah, actually,
No, I didn't know.
I've done it twice. Actually, it was like the biggest cringe move you could do. It was wild. The first time I did it, I let a colleague of mine do it because I really wanted blonde hair because I loved Eminem so much, and also I love the movie Frozen. Like I'm not
Yeah,
kidding you, but that's real. And I let a colleague do it, but it was like piss yellow. It was terrible. And then I went
yeah.
to the
Bleach
barber.
blonde is not
No,
really. Yeah, it looks a bit shit.
it's
But
not.
yeah,
No, it's not.
yeah. I've never dyed my hair before, so it was just kind of like a very just impulsive thing. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I've been wanting to see what my hair would look like a bit darker for forever, so I'll just fucking
You
do
need
it
to
because
send me the
everyone's dyeing
picture.
their hair. At the minute.
Yeah, but you need to send me
I
the
will.
picture because if you hadn't
Yeah.
told me, I would have never brought it up.
A lot of people haven't noticed. So, like, I came home today to see my family because my dad's birthday, and
Oh,
my sister
congratulations.
noticed. She was like, "Oh shit, your hair's darker," but like no one else in my family noticed it, and everyone says it just looks right, it just suits you. And I'm like, "Thank you, I'm
Yeah,
aware."
yeah. But
It's
your
like
hair,
same color. It's ridiculous.
and it's usually darker or lighter, ginger, right?
It's usually a lot more like mid brown ginger type shade. But yeah, that's like the only referencing. Like my eyebrows are a lot darker than my actual hair, but now they're the same color. So I think
I
it was
don't
a
think I
smart
don't think
move, really.
I don't think your eyebrows are the same color as your hair.
Really? What do you think they are?
I don't know, dude, but does this look like the same color as this? All right. See the difference? Actually, it's pretty fucking close. I gotta be honest. All right. I'll let it pass. I'll let it pass this time. I'm all right with it. I'm not mad. Not mad at you. It's cool. All good.
Oh, true. It's a bit. I guess my hair's a bit more
Well,
red,
yeah,
maybe.
your hair is a bit lighter, I think. What's it gonna look like when it grows
Yeah.
out? Are you gonna have like ginger roots?
Apparently, I'm gonna have like a reverse ombre or something like that.
Wow.
I don't know, if it looks really dumb, I'll either re-dye it or cut off the dyed bits or something. But
It,
I don't know. Maybe just
it
leave it.
doesn't matter, man. It
I
doesn't matter.
mean,
You're a guy. It doesn't matter.
right.
You can look a bit
Right.
rugged around the edges. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I already jokingly said to people around me, I was like, if it looks really shit, I'm gonna just shave all my hair off.
Would you actually do that?
I would do that. I've always wanted to see how I would look bald, but I imagine it would look really bad, so I
Bald
don't really
though?
want to. I mean, why not? It grew back in like a week, so who cares? It's male hair, you know?
Yeah, maybe you're right. I wouldn't do it right now, right? Because I got really long hair.
No,
I
no,
could
no,
eat
no,
my
no, no.
hair, man. It's been a while. Like when I was a kid, I could bite my hair, and now I kind of have to put some effort into it. But I'm gonna chew it kind
I
of a
don't
bit
think
more.
I have never been able to put hair from my head in my mouth. Never. My hair is never that long. I would like it to be at some point in the future, but yeah.
It's a struggle because you have to go through many phases of your hair just looking shitty, and it's just the length.
Yeah,
It's just shitty length hair. There's just it's the same for girls, right? Like girls also have shitty
yeah,
length hair. Like everybody, there's just a certain lengths that are just shitty, and I feel like right now
yeah.
is kind of maybe a shitty period in my hair, but man, I'm waiting for it to be like proper long and I can have it like I'm gonna look like fucking Thor, man.
Fucking do it, yeah, hell yeah.
And with that, I'd like to segue into our woo. What
That was
if?
actually very smooth. I like that. Yeah,
Thank you, man.
that was an excellent finale. I was very happy with that. Um, yeah, what do you want to call Ultron? Because a lot of people have been giving him different names.
Oh
Apparently,
yeah,
he's called Infinite Ultron, which I like.
I like Infinite
But
Ultron.
Infinite Ultron kind of makes sense. Someone said that if it's a combination of Vision and Ultron, we should call him Voltron. But that just
No,
sounds like a Transformer name,
it does.
right?
Voltron. No, you can't call him
Vol-
Voltron. No, Infinite
no,
or Infinity or Infinite. That sounds good. Infinite
uh,
Voltron.
Infinite Ultron. Yeah, yeah, I really like it. I'm not gonna lie, that is the most powerful being in all of Marvel, like hands down. They introduce him so casually. It's just like, yeah, Thanos walks through a portal. He's got 5 out of 6 Infinity Stones. And Ultron goes, interesting, zoink, and he's just down instantly. It was so good. I loved it so much.
There were so many bits of What If, the entire series that I loved. Though I gotta say, I think episode
Yeah.
7 was better than episode 8. 8 was the finale episode. Is that right?
No, 9 was the finale episode,
okay.
and I completely agree with you. Episode 8, where what if Ultron won, is my favorite episode of the entire series.
For sure.
Easily. I think it's amazing.
Really cool.
Everything from the visual style to the sheer power, like the actual lore behind this version of Ultron with all 6 Infinity Stones. He literally takes out all of life in his entire universe, and then gets bored and breaks out of reality to fight the
Yeah.
Watcher. Like, it's ridiculous.
That was really cool, and it was like really comicsy as well. Like he gets like cosmic awareness just by being alone and like being so fucking powerful and like this, I guess, machine upgrading, tuning in, whatever. And then he suddenly hears the Watcher, and he's like, "Are you in there, motherfucker?" And then he fights him,
I
chases
love
him.
that scene.
It's really cool.
Where the Watcher's going like, and in this vast universe, he suddenly became aware of the what, and then he's just like confused because he's looking him dead in the face.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. It's so good.
That was
But yeah,
perfect.
what if?
At them.
Yeah, it was really good. What if the Watcher intervened? I like that. I did actually like that a lot. Wasn't really what I was expecting it to be, honestly, for the finale. I thought it was going to be very different, but
No, and I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was. You thought it was really good. I didn't think it was too good. Maybe I don't want to. I never hate anything Marvel does, but I don't know. I was expecting it to be kind of grander. Like if this is the most powerful creature in the world. I don't know, man.
In the multiverse, I agree with you. It was a bit weak. The only way I can really
exactly in the
kind of
multiverse.
justify...
Is this the most powerful creature in the multiverse? Like this sounds like the Watchers never experienced anything like this, right? This is the first time
it is, absolutely.
this happened.
Yeah. Honestly, that's the reason why I'm a little bit underwhelmed, is because they literally introduced the most powerful being ever. So if you think about the 2 big bads that we've had in Marvel so far have ultimately been Thanos, obviously the scourge of the first 3 phases, and now we're going to get Kang in the next 3 phases, and he's going to be the next big bad. Ultron, he literally killed Thanos with a single flick of his head. Like, he was so much more powerful than anyone we've ever seen before, and he got taken out by like 7 randos, basically.
Yeah, 7 randos. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. I was a little bit disappointed by that. The only way I can justify it is evil Doctor Strange became so powerful in everything that he did that he can maybe sort of match up to a bit with the help of others, because he puts the protection spell on them and he does a lot of weird stuff with all the creatures. That's really cool, by the way.
The protection spell. Did you see how everyone? It's not like they designed the protection spell and then everybody gets the same armor, or like with the episode where he's fighting Strange, or maybe that is Strange, where he has I don't remember which episode it is, where he has the shield on his face, like the little...
Yeah.
That's like a way of doing the armor, but I really like in this episode, everybody had their own armor design. Like Thor had some Asgardian shit, and like Captain Carter had like this huge, massive shield around her shield. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And you're right, that guy made sense. Evil Doctor Strange made sense to fight Infinite Ultron, I guess. But a lot of the guys like Star-Lord, T'Challa, like really? Why did you need him?
No. Star-Lord T'Challa was not appropriate in fighting Infinite Ultron. Like the power level difference there is insane.
And it's not comparable to Star-Lord fighting Thanos on Titan. I don't think it's comparable, because Thanos
it's really not.
Ultron is made of vibranium, bro. Isn't his outer armor and his inner, like the Vision himself is vibranium, and then the outer armor is an extra layer of
It's
vibranium.
all vibranium.
And he's got
Yeah.
the stones, and he can summon an army. Nuh-uh, Star-Lord,
Yeah.
T'Challa, get the fuck out of here. Like,
No fucking chance.
nuh-uh.
Honestly, there were a few things in the episode I would have hoped would have been a little bit different, but it's not perfect. Like they all they took out Ultron the first time. Gamora gets the Infinity Stone Crusher thing that she designed, and of course it goes over to Ultron, and then we get this moment of like, shit, that doesn't feel like it's over yet. And of course you hear Ultron's voice in the background. They explained that because all 6 aspects of reality are different in each universe, that the Crusher wouldn't work for those stones.
Right.
I wasn't a massive fan of that. I was really hoping for some like reality stone. It was all an illusion, and here's the real Ultron, and he's so much more powerful. I would have really believed that, but they instead went with the route of like, your machine doesn't work. And then, of course,
Also, why
he
introduce
realizes
the machine then? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
why is the machine...
I don't know. I feel like it could have been a little bit different. It could have, like you said, it could have been more grandiose with how powerful Infinite Ultron was. But the virus is believable, I guess, because he is at the end of the day just a very complex computer program in
I
a vibranium body.
You're talking about Zola in the
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if one part of me really likes the digital attack on Ultron because his outer shell is indestructible, so of course what's on the inside, the AI, is what you need to attack. But a fucking arrow in the face, and then Zola is
it's a bit
guy
mental.
who takes. But Zola is like an ancient AI. Like, wasn't Ultron designed to be incredibly smarter than Jarvis, and eventually consumes Jarvis, like all that shebang? Gains cosmic awareness, and then this funny German guy is just like, ha ha, Hydra is no more, and neither are you.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I mean, they tried to explain that because he's like, they described him as analog, which doesn't really make any sense.
No,
but apparently
it made sense in the movies. It made sense in the Winter Soldier, but it doesn't make sense when you put him on a digital arrow. Like you've lost me there.
Because at that point he's now a digital program, right? Like you've converted him from this analog machine to a digital program in the arrow. It's not there isn't a giant analog computer inside the arrow.
No, there isn't. No, we agree.
Yeah, I don't really get it, but I kind of liked it. I don't know. I think it was really obvious at the end that like Zola specifically was going to try and be like, oh shit, this is my body now. I'll have the stones instead. I didn't really expect the thing from I always forget his name. Killmonger. Yeah, I didn't expect that from Killmonger. I thought it was a bit out of nowhere.
Yeah, and also, why is he there? What does he do the entire fight? Why is he there? Why is he chosen?
He didn't do anything the entire fight.
He didn't. And then
if I think back to it in my mind, he didn't do... No, yeah, the only reason why he was there was because the Watcher predicted it would happen. To be fair, they did say that. But the Watcher knew everything that would happen and was building towards Strange trapping them. But yeah.
Yeah, but why? I guess it will be explained. I guess I can't ask that because it'll be explained or something.
Well, we are getting a second season, so that would be nice.
How does he do it? I never shit anything that Marvel does. But let's for one episode, I'll be the guy who's skeptical. How does Killmonger do it? Because we see him I've watched it twice. We see him in the bar. And there's a lot of, that I like about the entirety of What If. There's a lot of stuff I like. I really fucking love... I cannot express enough how much I love Infinity Ultron. It's so cool to have this guy just burst out through the multiverse. I also love how this evil version of Strange corrupts his own universe because of love, and he consumes all these creatures, and then he extends his lifetime to spend eternity collecting more power, and then he's this ultimate creature who's so powerful. That's so cool. But also so much stuff. Yeah. You see Killmonger in the bar, right, with the head of like an Ultron droid that Thor brought in, right? And also, why would you bring Party Thor in if you have infinite multiverses? I'm sorry, I keep going, but if you have infinite multiverses, bring like the ultimate version of Thor from Thor: Love and Thunder. You know what I mean? Like, why is he missing an arm and he's got a metal arm? I don't know. But anyways. Thor brings in a skull, right? And then Killmonger does something with it, and then suddenly he gains the power to I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Suck
I
up.
don't like it either. No, the scene at the end where he walked up to Ultron's dead body and sort of like takes the vibranium and the stones and
That's not
they
the
go
power
into
he
the armor.
has. That's not
No, I'm not
Wakanda
gonna lie.
tech either.
If that would have actually happened, he would have fucking died because he was a human.
Also,
Think about when,
that, yeah.
when Tony Stark had the stones. He was dead in like 30 seconds, if that. And the suit took a lot of it as well. Like, I don't think that Killmonger would have been able to survive that. Let alone just be stood there like, oh, guys, we have the stones now. What should we do? No, he would have been dying on the floor. Like, the stones would have overwhelmed him immediately. Like you say, it doesn't make any sense. There is no reason why he should have this weird telekinesis matter ability.
That's never.
Where's that come from? It doesn't make any sense.
That's unlike anything in the MCU, except maybe Iron Man's mini or I guess Black Panther has those little nano droids as well because it creates a suit.
Yeah, true. It could be, but the Ultron droids are all just made out of like, well, they were brought to life by the Reality Stones, and they're just made out of like random metal, right?
I don't know. Could you with the Reality Stone create vibranium? Probably. I don't know.
Good question. It's very unclear the rules of all that stuff because, I mean, in theory, if the Reality Stone works like that, the Reality Stone is the most powerful one because you can just change anything as you like it. But it's kind of shown in the films that reality is only like, well, when the Reality Stone is used, it's only visual. But also, like, he can he changes, Nowhere, the severed head of a Celestial, Nowhere.
They changed the entire thing, right? The entire thing has been destroyed. Nowhere has been destroyed.
Yeah.
Same for Titan.
But
I feel like on Titan, the ships aren't there.
No,
Thanos
it's just an illusion.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah. But the illusion is unclear because he also uses the Reality Stone to collapse Drax and Butterfly Lady, who I can't remember the name of, into like weird shredded paper, if you remember.
Yeah, and blocks.
Like, they run at him and he goes like Reality Stone and they just like fall apart. So like, is it an illusion or can he actually change stuff? And then of course now Infinity Ultron or Infinite Ultron literally just constructs robots around him, like with the. I love it, by the way, how he just like rises up and just does and like an army. Oh, it's so good. I love Infinite Ultron so much. It's such a good episode.
The scene where Hawkeye sacrifices himself and you see him jump down the silo.
Oh.
And then there's
this
beautiful
shot.
Yeah, that's a really cool shot. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. It's fucking amazing. I remember, like, in that scene, if you go back and watch it again, like, the silo is, like, so much wider than it actually looks in the scenes beforehand, and the light is coming in from the roof, like, behind Clint, like he's, like, some sort of godsend, and it's I love it so much. There's so many good scenes in that episode.
For sure, but also, why does Clint sacrifice himself? I guess he was very suicidal.
He didn't need to die, no.
No, he didn't need to. I don't think he needed.
No, he really didn't need to.
If they trusted Zola that much, let the Ultron bot keep his boots and fly him out of there. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
That's a good point, actually. They could have done themselves a favor there.
And also, Hawkeye could still destroy all those bots by, shooting that magical arrow once they're out of the fucking shoot, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It was an oversight, but it's a beautiful shot, so I don't care.
It is a beautiful shot, and it's a beautiful.
Like you say as well, he was done. He didn't want to fight anymore. So, but yeah. Anyway, pointing out more bad episodes. We can go through the episodes one by one if you like, and then try and give like a quick idea of what you think of them. Episode 1, Captain Britain, Captain Carter. What do you think?
Okay, honestly, I thought it was good. It was a fair introduction to this series, especially if somebody who wasn't necessarily familiar with Marvel. Like, maybe you own Disney Plus, but you're not into the MCU, and you see this new series. Maybe you check it out. I don't know. I feel like it was good for that. It wasn't super impressive to me though, because it's basically the first Avenger, but then TLDR, and then the final boss is a big bad Hydra monster, which is fair enough. No problem with that. I mean, but also not super. I don't know. Just fairly neutral about the episode. What about you?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think after I watched it, I was a bit like, oh shit, if all of What If is going to be like this, where it's just basically a story we already know, but with a different character or a different setup, then it's probably going to get a bit stale quite quickly. But I genuinely think what they did is they took their like most basic story out of all the ones they were going to show and made it the first episode to just get people into it. Because can you imagine if they would have started with Evil Doctor Strange, for example? It might have been like...
would have been so weird. Like the rest would have been like, huh?
Yeah.
This seemed so grand and like impressive, and now this
exactly.
is just... Yeah, no, it made sense for it to be the first episode, and also not a bad episode or anything. Like I'm not hating on it at all. I'm just being very critical, I guess, today. Animation is gorgeous.
No, I completely agree with you. Mm.
The fighting is
yeah, no, I know. I do really like the style of it, actually. It's nice. What was episode 2 again? I forget. Is episode 2 Star-Lord T'Challa? No. I feel like it is.
Wasn't it Hank Pym kills all the Avengers? Spoilers. Hank Pym.
That was one of my favorite episodes as well. I love that one. Cool. Please do it on my phone.
That was really cool. Okay, second episode is T'Challa Star-Lord. That one. I feel like that was the perfect energy for a What If episode, because everything is completely messed up. It's like, wait, hold up, the universe could have been saved from so much pain if instead of Peter Quill, like Star-Lord was taken, because Thanos doesn't even come down. And I'm sure that this has huge repercussions for the rest of the multiverse. Like I'm sure that there's a lot more suffering if Thanos doesn't happen, and if like I'm sure there's a reason why the main timeline is the main timeline. But that was awesome. That was an awesome episode. I love the scene when they're in the collectors. Oh, the collector bro with all the weapons, and then he has Hela's.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was perfect. That was perfect What If energy. Like completely fucking huge mess of shit all piled up together, and Thanos is a good guy, and they're calling him Mr. What do they call it? Mr. Genocide, like Captain Genocide, like joking about it. That was perfect. That was a great episode.
Crazy. Literally, T'Challa talked him down from his idea of killing off of all life. Like, that's ridiculous. He's just there in the bar chilling with them, like, how you all doing, guys? It's just fucking Thanos. He's just there having a beer. Like, it's the weirdest thing. You're right. It is perfect What If energy. It's very strange. Yeah. Episode 3. That is the Hank Pym episode, right?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, that's
What If Earth's Mightiest Heroes Fell or something like that?
Well, for me, it's
I don't remember that.
It's Dutch titles.
Oh yeah, true.
So I don't know.
True. I really like that one as well. I honestly I had no idea what the reveal was going to be up until it happened. I had a feeling it was going to be Ant-Man when they started, like when obviously they introduced like Hope Van Dyne as like a key part of it. I was like, oh shit, okay, it's going to be somehow related to Ant-Man. But Hank Pym in the Wasp suit though, holy shit.
Yeah, and you realize how deadly he is.
Yeah, this feeds into my idea that Ant-Man is like one of the most powerful people in Marvel as well, just because of the fact that his power is unfathomably strong if used correctly. And I think that like Ant-Man and the Wasp on screen haven't really used it to their full potential yet. They've just sort of like goofed around in these like half comedy films, which I love. I do love the Ant-Man films, but I think Ant-Man can be really strong if put to good use.
Yeah, and then in their own movies, they just fight crooks, right? They get their ass beat by just fairly regular, thieves, I guess, which isn't entirely true because they fought ghosts, I guess. But yeah, no, I agree with you. They haven't explored their powers to the fullest potential. Because Hank Pym, what are the ways he kills the Avengers? Iron Man, he gets Nick Fury gives him a shot like he does in the movie, right? Like for his crossword puzzle on his neck, and then Hank Pym is in there. Hulk gets his heart blown up, I think.
That was weird. That was really weird. And
especially when I didn't know it was Hank Pym. I hadn't connected the dots like you, I guess. And so for me, the Hulk just suddenly... And I'm like, what is happening, man? Who is doing this? Yeah. I didn't get it.
Well, I was most confused by Thor's death because Hawkeye lets loose the arrow, and obviously Thor gets shot straight in the heart and dies. And I'm like, what the fuck? Hawkeye? Like, just getting scared by some thunder and letting them, like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. But obviously, Hank Pym just, like, punching his finger so it releases, like, makes so much more sense. But I still didn't get what it was even at that point.
Also, I don't know if you could kill Thor with the arrow. Is that real?
I was thinking that. It seems a bit strange, doesn't it? Like, you'd think that Thor... But apparently there's some sort of storyline where, like, apparently in Thor 1 he's actually human in that moment or something like that.
Oh, right, because he lost his Tridol. And,
Yeah, something like that. Like, but then again, in Thor 1, like the actual movie, he is still really strong when he comes to Earth. So I'm not really sure how true that is. But apparently, in the original Thor comics, when he got exiled to Earth, he actually was human for that period of time. So if they're going with that logic, it would make sense because during that time, that's when he gets like exiled and he becomes human. But I guess they just didn't stick with it for the film. But yeah, that's what someone told me anyway. I don't know. I'm not up to date with the comics. But yeah.
Is that when he had an umbrella? Thor had an umbrella. That's from the comics, right? Is that why?
No, is that what it is?
I don't know. No, I know in the comics he used to be a guy who has an umbrella. Is that because he was banished and that's why he's a guy with an umbrella?
I think because they referenced the Umbrella and Mjolnir thing in Thor 3. Like I think that's what it was. Yeah, like Mjolnir was actually with him the whole time, but it was just he didn't know he's Thor. Basically, it was an odd one. I wouldn't mind looking into that more actually because I bet it's quite a good storyline. But obviously we're not going to get it in the films now, so yeah.
Yeah, but it could be that because there is that moment in Thor 1 where he gets his powers back and then he can beat like. Nothing can beat him, so I guess he is weaker when he's in human form. I don't know, but anyways, Hawkeye kills him, I guess, or Hank Pym punches Hawkeye's hand or whatever it's called, and then then Hawkeye is put in a cell because he killed Thor, right? And then Hank Pym sneaks in there, kills him there. Who else gets killed?
Mm-hmm.
Does Widow
and then
get
obviously
killed?
Black Widow. She does, yeah. She gets killed because she just finds the information about Hope.
It's all about Hope.
Hope's death. Yeah, exactly. Why didn't she say Hope Van Dyne? It would have made things a bit easier, wouldn't it? It's all about hope. That sounds really odd because hope could be an abstract concept or a name. So just say Hope Van Dyne would have made life easier.
Bit of criticism to Black Widow. You should have said Hope Van Dyne. Come on, you didn't really help out. Much. Who else is there?
Yeah.
Who else had to be killed? No one, right?
That was it. Captain America wasn't killed because he was still in ice when that all happened. And obviously we get that set up. Yeah.
No.
Because it's Fury's big week, but just done differently. Like literally, the ending of that episode shows that Nick Fury goes to the aircraft that Captain America is frozen in, and he hasn't been brought out of the ice yet. Like all of those events happen in really close succession, but this time most of them got killed instead.
Which episode? Yeah. Which episode does Oh, I think you're right because that's Iron Man 2 where he gets the stab for the crossword puzzle. That's Iron Man 2, right?
Yes.
And that's phase 1 and it happens before the first Avenger. Because the first Avenger happens right before Avengers, right? At least the end of first.
It does.
Yeah, okay.
The ending of it, yeah. Because I think it's Iron Man 2, Thor 1, and Captain America, the end bit of Captain America when he wakes up, are all in the space of only a single week. So it's just really big coincidence that he just hadn't brought Captain America out of the ice yet. But yeah, if you saw that end, at the end of the finale where Black Widow goes back to a different timeline instead, that timeline was the one where it was Captain America was the only remaining Avenger, because you see Captain America and Captain Marvel fighting stuff on a helicarrier.
Oh,
they're
right.
They're the only remaining Avengers in that timeline because all the rest have been killed by Hank Pym.
That's interesting.
So that's the timeline that Black Widow went back to.
Interesting. I hadn't considered that. That's really interesting.
At least I assume that's it anyway, because they're on a helicarrier, and they're the Widow dies from this timeline, and you only see Captain America and Captain Marvel. So
and there is no fight on a helicarrier where Captain Marvel is fighting along, that doesn't happen in the MCU. Yeah. So it must be some weird mashup thing. By the way, I really like how they kept bringing Captain Marvel back into this.
Yeah, me
show.
too.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I want to like Captain Marvel. Okay, I really want to like her. Brie Larson's made it kind of difficult to like her because she.
Why?
I don't know. I don't like the performance. I don't know. I can't see past the fact that I think she's trying to play into a certain niche really hard. We know that off-screen Brie Larson is very, very passionate, about certain topics. Like, she's adamant about doing her own stunts because she thinks that's just what the male actors do. She wants to be seen having a grumpy, serious face as opposed to a happy face on a poster because she thinks that's what all the male actors do, even though obviously every actor and actress would do that on an action film poster. She's kind of like over the top feminist, and I am myself a feminist, and I completely agree with everything that she says she's going for. But
I hate
yeah, I'm
feminists.
a feminist.
I'm not a feminist.
No, you hate the Brie Larson type of feminist. You don't dislike this type of feminist.
Well, it depends. It depends. Are you a feminist to get pussy? Because then,
No.
Okay.
That's just a bonus.
Yeah, but that's
I'm only joking.
Okay. But
Yeah.
feminism doesn't really matter now. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. She's like a really hardcore feminist, I guess. But isn't that what Captain Marvel was supposed to be, anyways?
Kind of, but I think she lets that aspect of her personality leak into the film too much, and it's sort of like it just makes her character really unlikable because she's trying to be something which isn't believable. Like, you've got this character, and like, whereas with other superheroes you've got like, this really dark past, like Iron Man, his father died and didn't really care about him, or so he thought, and he gets kidnapped by the Taliban for months on end and has to basically break his way out of a cave in the most weird way possible. His best friend that saved his life and looks after him dies and says, "I'm going to see my family now," and it's heartbreaking. You have all these traumatic events that everyone goes through, and they basically imply in the film that Captain Marvel's traumatic events were like her being bullied by men, and it's like, okay. Like, they have a flashback scene where it's like, women shouldn't be able to fly planes and you shouldn't be go-karting, and it's like, come on. This doesn't really match up to a lot of other people's stuff, but she's so powerful, and it feels undeserved. I don't know.
I don't mind those scenes too much. The go-karting and the you can fly, whatever you can do shit, and then she stands up. I don't mind that too much.
Because it does happen. Yeah.
Yeah, but there is something to say about if she is so fucking powerful, it's almost off-putting how little internal struggles she seems to have. She seems so calm, collected, like the ultimate fucking woman almost, which makes me cringe saying that, but she's like the ultimate fucking woman, and she has her lack of internal struggle is what, if anything, bothered me. That's probably it, I think.
Well, that's what the term we go back to is the Mary Sue type character, where someone is so like flawless or has so few flaws that they become very like annoying and unrelatable. Like, you can't really relate to a character that just seems to be too good to be true, basically.
But I don't know if that's true, man, because I would say that Black Panther, even before Chadwick Boseman passed away, I would say Black Panther is also flawless. I mean, he loses in battle. He's not like all powerful, but personality-wise, he's flawless. Like, his morals are right there. Same for Captain America. I don't really know. Is it just the fact that the personality is flawless plus the powers? Is that it?
I have the same issue with Captain America. Captain America isn't even that powerful. I still have the same problem. If you ask me Captain America or Iron Man, I will say Iron Man any day. Because if you maybe watch enough Captain America, as much as I love the Captain America films, I don't like Steve Rogers. Like, I find him obnoxious. I agree with Iron Man's statement of like, I don't trust a guy without a dark side. It's true. He becomes kind of boring to me after a time, and I do find it unrelatable. I think he suffers from the same problem, honestly.
Interesting.
But with some, I don't know. It might be a cool theme with these kind of characters.
No,
yeah, it's just my
fair.
thing anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they're bringing Captain Marvel into What If so much, because I think she does slap in a lot of these episodes. She is very cool.
And she's a great power gauge, right? When she goes in, all right, Ultron. Also, why does she only come in after Nova is about to be destroyed, right? But whatever. Or whatever, what's the guy's name? Xandar. Is it Xandar?
Yeah. Is it the Nova Corps on Xandar? Is that what it is? Yeah.
I'm not sure, because that movie, there was supposed to be a movie about that, right? Nova? I remember something about in the zeitgeist about like a movie based around the Xandar superhero.
I think there might still be one in the future, but I'm not really sure.
It's on none of the upcoming films, but it's fine. I mean, we'll just see, I guess. But
it might have been sort of like rolled into the audience 3, because I think they're doing like the Adam story, the golden character from the end of
Adam
Guardians
Warlock.
2.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that'll be a thing.
That's the best thing about this is the best time to do a what if. series because you can introduce all these alien races and everything you've done. And by the way, don't you feel like What If? I feel like everything Marvel has done ever since they figured out that to fix the Sony Marvel shebang, they have to do the multiverse. I feel like whenever they figured that out, they've just been slowly planting. What I think they like to do is they like to take their time, right? And they've done this from the beginning. They don't go like that's DC's downfall, right? They go make a movie and then yada yada their backstories of all the heroes, and then plop you right back into the movie, and then there's a big bad, and they don't really give the setup any time to breathe, I guess. And Marvel has always done that really well. They always, take their time with the setups, and they always take their time. And I feel like what they've been doing since whenever they figured out that they should do a multiverse is just slowly preparing us for that. I feel like What If is just one of the ways to do that. You know what I mean? And I'm wondering, and I don't know how far they're gonna take this crazy multiverse madness in the future, but you've seen the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, right?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
There's a Doctor Strange in there, and he looks to be fighting Spider-Man. And I don't know, anything might happen, but I'm also saying, why wouldn't you introduce a character in What If? Plenty of background, 30-minute episode, who the character is, and then maybe there's another episode where they do a story, and then I think that the characters that they've now done in What If would theoretically be ready to appear in the MCU on a big film. You know what I mean?
I completely agree.
It's really interesting.
I think just seeing some of these characters on screen would be really fun, especially like because obviously when it came to screen, they translate to their actor version. Can you imagine if we get a film in the future where suddenly we just see Party Thor and it's just Chris Hemsworth looking really dumb with like a science tattoo on his shoulder, and it's like, oh yeah, that's Party Thor. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun thing to see. But we could also have like a full-fledged thing with like I would love to see more of Captain Carter. I think her character was really cool.
Yeah. I feel like she could shine. Captain Carter could shine better in a live-action film, I think, than in What If.
Yeah, I think she'd be really good. To be fair, I forget her name. The actress who plays Peggy on screen. I forget her name. She's not been appreciated enough on screen. We had a bit of her in First Avenger. She was in that. Do you remember that series? I think it was just called Captain Carter.
Yeah, she had her own show. I never watched it.
Agent Carter. It was called Agent Carter. I watched the first couple episodes. It was a bit slow, and then I found out it wasn't MCU canon, so I was like, no. But she's not really had much screen time, I don't think. So I think if she came back as like her own hero, that'd be really cool. I would be fully ready to see that.
That would be really cool. And it would work as well, right? Because Steve has now got his his ending with his own Peggy Carter. They went back in time, right? So there's no weird overlap like they did when Steve had to go meet Peggy in her in her on her deathbed, and then he fucks her niece. There's not going to be any of that.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
Bro, I finished Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. by the way, because last time we talked I hadn't. And I finished all of it. Have you finished it by the way? Have you seen all episodes?
No,
you haven't.
I will do. I will do.
I thought you were the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. guy, man. What the fuck, Skal?
I've watched the first 3 seasons.
Only the first 3? I watched all of it, man. What the fuck? Jesus
I'll get
Christ.
to it. I promise. I've got Disney Plus. I'll get to it. I really like the first season.
Honestly. Oh, you like the first season?
Yeah, no, I've been told really good things. Yeah, the first season has the timeline, the story, I should say, with like Coulson, he came back to life, and obviously you have like Hydra turns, and it all happens at the same time as the events of Winter Soldier. I loved all that stuff, like all the way through. It's really cool. And then the second season's pretty good. Third season's pretty good. They have like the Hydra backstory with the lore, and they go to that planet where the Hydra worshippers of like the 18th century started it. Yeah, that was really cool. And then I started watching season 4, and they introduced, I think it was Ghost Rider. I just sort of got busy. I think I just started doing something else. So I will come back to it in the future for sure. But it's good. I do like it. I just haven't had a chance to watch it all yet, to be honest with you.
That is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think, is definitely a good candidate. At least the characters is a good candidate for multiverse characters, right?
Yes, I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. That's gonna be wild. Because I don't think the characters... I don't think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you haven't seen all of it, but I don't think it's canon. You're at Inhumans, right?
No.
Are you not?
Oh, I haven't watched Inhumans. I don't know.
No, not the show. Is there a show called Inhumans?
There is, yeah.
Oh, is it the guys living on the moon? That show is trash. Don't watch that show. I've seen the first episode. That's the watch it. It's the worst show you're ever gonna see in your life. I swear to God. I'm talking about Inhumans and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Have they been like revealed yet, or am I spoiling it for you?
I don't think so. So they're gonna. I take it they're a part of the show then. Like are they like a big part of it or?
Well, there's one season where they are obviously a big part because they're being introduced, but later it's just like a normal thing. But that's the point. It shouldn't be a normal thing because the MCU never, like, even like bad guys, like, they never experience. There's a lot of shit that just doesn't make sense in the MCU. Like, for example, imagine if a Hydra god came to this Earth. You don't think the Avengers would, get involved? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, true. Makes that point.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm now remembering there was an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where they find this like university professor, and he's actually like an ancient Asgardian that's just been like chilling on Earth for centuries. Yeah. That was really cool. I love it when the show does stuff like that.
And then they find the staff.
Extra stuff, Yeah.
That was really cool.
I mean, that was the one where there was like a thing that when people held it, it made them into like some superpowered, aggressive.
Berserker, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
That was very cool. I like it a lot. Again, it's what we both like about Marvel. It's the Norse mythology and stuff, And then and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the perfect show to do that because, of course, there's so much ancient Norse mythology. Of course, there's gonna be like a staff embedded in a tree, whatever. Yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. could have been if it just was consistently just missions like that. But I think that the world-ending shit, like there is stuff that takes it too far. Not too far as in, I can't handle this, but like you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have it be canon and then also have the world end every season. And then the MCU it's never mentioned. I don't think.
I get what you mean. To be fair, I do really hope that at some point, given all the multiverse stuff, obviously there's a lot of rumor. We've got like maybe the old Spider-Man coming back, which I think they're probably going to do because Sony's already seen how successful Spider-Verse was.
If that doesn't happen, I'll be disappointed, and it'll be my own fault. But I'm at this point expecting it to 100% happen. I have no doubt.
I know. I'm on the fence now because do you remember that Andrew Garfield leak that happened a few weeks ago? And there was like a 4K video. Andrew Garfield, he was like stood on a balcony. No, did you not see that? Basically, it was fake. But it was like all over the internet for like a good week or two, or maybe longer.
Fair, even if it wasn't fake, Sony would just say it's fake, or like I don't know.
Well, this is the most disappointing part. It was the video was like circulating around YouTube, and then one guy basically admitted to it and showed the entire process of how he faked it. And I was like, that's really shit. Why would you get everyone's hopes up like that? But yeah, honestly, now if I hope it happens in the future. If it doesn't happen in this Spider-Man film, I won't be too disappointed because we're already getting like Electro and Alfred Molina's Doc Ock and Green Goblin's coming back as well. We know.
But if that's happening, why aren't the other Spiders coming back? Come on.
Right. It makes sense. Obviously they're going to bring them back in the future.
Come on.
Yeah. I've also heard rumor that Daredevil is coming back as well. Obviously, Daredevil, one of the most popular, if not the most popular Marvel show on Netflix.
Yeah, you love Daredevil.
I love Daredevil. I'm a massive fan of Daredevil. If Daredevil's back in the MCU, I will be so happy. I don't mind if it's a continuation or completely new with the same actors. I will take anything. I love Daredevil so much.
I should give it I should check it out. I haven't. If it's true that it's coming back, if it's such a, like you say, such a popular show, they'll probably do it. I'll check it out, man. I haven't yet. And then you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I am going to. I promise. It's on my like mental watch list right now. A few things down, so I will definitely. But when I get around to watching it, I'll just start from season 1 again because season 1 was really good.
Is Daredevil on Disney Plus? It's not.
It's not. It's on Netflix.
See, that's the issue. Isn't that an issue to Disney as well, or will they just buy it eventually?
No, it used to be an issue. When the final season of Jessica Jones came out, Jessica Jones season 3, they basically said that like all of the shows were cancelled because Disney bought back the rights to the characters, I think, or maybe their contract expired or something like that. So basically, we were supposed to get continuations of all of the Marvel Netflix TV shows, but they got stopped. So that now, years later, Marvel themselves and Disney can actually start using the characters again. But they've literally had a break from these shows for a number of years.
Right?
I agree, but Yeah, it's a
That's some
difficult one.
directors. It's I mean, even if it's not made in house, it's still some director's vision. Somebody put their heart and soul into this. Like a whole team was behind this. Like, it's
Yeah.
not just about the money to me. Like, I'm just thinking, as an artistic thing, like the MCU is a collaboration between many filmmakers, storytellers. Right? It's not like they bring the
Yeah.
same people in every time. It is a big collaborative project. So it would be super silly to me if they didn't. If they're gonna do a multiverse, make everything canon, but make it multiversely canon, right?
Yeah.
That I don't
I
see why
completely
they would.
agree.
Yeah, but
I
then
think the smartest way of doing it now is basically whatever they choose to do with Daredevil or Punisher or the Defenders or Kingpin or whatever it is, they will basically leave it kind of open so that if you were like watching it as a fan, you could include the Netflix series, but it's not like officially included. That would be
that's
the
what
best way of doing it, in my opinion.
I think so too.
So
That's what
I
I'd
hope they
like.
do that. I really hope they do. Yeah. Anyways, I'm afraid I've got to cut this one a little bit short today, my friend.
Oh,
As I said.
no, it's fine. We've
So
been going for an
how long
hour. Hour, man.
Oh, really? We have?
Really, hour.
Shit.
It's
Well,
not.
I read it. Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
I'm holding. I'm holding people up. Yeah. No, but honestly, it's really good talking as always. You get lost in this stuff, so I don't even mind. It's great.
It is. We hadn't talked in a while, so I was kind of like, oh man,
Yeah.
do I even like know how to talk to this guy anymore? But here we are. It's no problem at all.
That's awesome. It's good shit. But yes, I will send you the picture of me with non-actual dark brown hair.
I'll edit it in.
Yeah, and if you want to make me a 2-minute clip, as always, I'll put it on my channel whenever I'm home. So
Nice.
yeah.
Owning, I don't need to get 1K subs. I just, get my friends to have 1K subs, and I'll just ride along. All right. Where are you going? You hanging out with friends?
Well, here my family, so I'm just gonna go spend some time with them. I'm only home for a day or two, so gonna go be sociable basically. But yeah, it's good speaking to you anyway. Though.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for being here, man. I'll see you. Next time we'll talk about Shang-Chi because we didn't get around to that because I guess we have to talk about.
Absolutely.
What else is coming up?
There's loads.
So much good stuff as well, right?
Venom, Eternals, Spider-Man 3. There's also Hawkeye.
Dude, Venom is... It's out in parts of the world, and I haven't seen it.
Apparently it's big. Apparently there's big connections to the MCU.
I'm avoiding spoilers.
I'm very excited. Yeah, me too.
Same.
I'm really desperately trying to avoid watching videos. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try and watch it as close to release because I'm very excited to see what they do.
How dumb, by the way, to do a movie that has MCU. I mean, I don't know. Allegedly, I swear to God, I haven't seen the spoilers, but I guess I've gotten some energy from certain posts, I guess. But how dumb is it to do an MCU film and then have a release date that's 10 days apart worldwide? You know what I mean? Parts of the world that's here, and then that's the dumbest shit ever, right? Or is that just me?
I don't get why they chose to do that. Is it just America where it's released early? Because I checked the UK, it's definitely the 15th.
Yeah, same in the Netherlands.
Like 100%. I don't get it. Seems like a strange choice, but here we are.
Doctor Strange choice. Hey.
A very Doctor Strange choice. I completely agree.
All right, man, get the fuck out of here. Thank you for doing this, bro.
Yeah, I will do that. Thanks very much. Subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you, man. All right, see you around, my friend. Bye-bye.
See you later. Good speaking to you.
Yes, peace.